and welcome back YouTube for the last part in this recording session for Frostpunk 2. And if you're on Twitch, you'll notice I didn't take a particularly long break there between sessions, between parts. We're gonna see if we can keep the city stable. We got another storm on the horizon, which is not good because I've just realized we're out of surplus fuel in the capital. That's not good. That's really not good. Okay, keep the temperature we're getting out of control for a moment by shipping more oil over. How am I going to deal with that temperature problem? That's what I'm going to have to find out before the storm arrives, hopefully. Hopefully. We got enough that we can expand you. We got the workers, so that's not a problem. I think that's going to be the last expansion I do in the fuel colony, because once the storm arrives, I don't know if we're still allowed to continue to ship from it. Instead, what I'm probably going to have to do, if we look at the resources here, we have steam, and we have steam, so I probably need to start tapping into those steam deposits to get the city warm enough to make it through the storm. More people, more problems. Yeah, more people, more problems. Okay, it's not gonna be a lot of people over. I'm gonna move a few people over. We had some people die in the fuel colony due to the delays in trying to get the housing set up. So I'm gonna ship over replacements for the people who died, just because we now have the housing for them, to get them out of the capital, so we have the capacity to hopefully try to keep them warm and housed. Okay, let's... Food's fine. Oh dear. Okay, so more food will require more hothouses. Food will be more difficult during the storm as well, which is going to make that real bad. Okay. Can I expand you? No. No, I can't.
Frostbite is not contagious. Open your arms to those who have none.
Frostbite is not contagious. Good to remember that, yep. I hopefully don't need martial law. You're fine. You're fine. I don't think I have any laws I really want to pass at this point. We could research some more, but otherwise I think we're fine. Let's actually look. What do the factions want? You want mandatory crowding. You want infectious badges. You want expedition support. You're going to be harder to predict if I just grant you an agenda. You're going to be pretty hard to predict if I give you an agenda. let's try to pass mandatory crowding. Well, not necessarily tend to pass. Let's give laborers the attempt.
Hear us.
We'll grant you an agenda, which they will bring up.
Steward.
Mandatory crowding, which is expected to fit. It is straight up expected to fit. Do I want to try saving their vote? Probably be getting the merchants on side. Yeah, that would work. I don't want to build a dense housing block. So I might just accept that they're going to fail the vote. This was mainly to generate some happiness for them, so that I can take some heat stamps off of them.
The measure fails.
Steward.
Rather than breaking the bank too much on their end. Okay, so that's building. We got 240 heat stamps. I really need to go ahead and get those action districts up. 600 workforce. Best place to borrow them from is the mine. Well, the lumberjacks. Borrow them from the lumberjacks. There's 600 workers. I'm gonna expand you. Maybe. Okay, that would get us 3 bonuses there, 3 bonuses there. Save us some fuel. Expanding you would do like this, we'll do similar. I apparently don't even have you turned on anymore. Or maybe I can't adjust your capacity while you're turned on. Okay. Squalor is still a problem. It's minor. So we will... It's 400 more workforce. Can I free up 400 workers? Yes. We're into the filtration tower. Next resource of this will probably want to be the steam upgrades.
Hear us.
Okay, so they've given me labor oversight. I can now try to pass this law. I can either disregard it or pledge to pass it. I'll pledge to pass it. It'll probably pass if I put it up for a vote. Or I'll be able to give a minor concession away to a faction to make it pass.
Steward.
Labor camp is apparently a new idea that has been invented. Don't necessarily know if I want to deploy labor camps. Hopefully I don't need to deploy labor camps. Now, if I had access, well, yeah, if I had access to that slot, give the food district the adjacency bonus for the geothermal, but I think we won't do that. Won't try to do that. We'll get the geothermal up to full size to maximize worker efficiency. We have access to that one? Yes. We need 600 more workforce to work it. Did I build you on prefabs? No. Well, I did, but no. I built it on the depleted prefabs. That's what happened there. You're not happy.
Are you listening?
Steward.
Is labor oversight? Explore laws, please. No, that's pro-merchant.
Hear us, Steward.
Steward. Steward.
I need 115 for you. I actually might just fund you to try to make you happy again.
Hear us, Steward.
Not
You
enough.
hear us, Steward? The sanitary situation is dire. Remember, wash hands frequently and cough discreetly.
Okay. Labor oversight. I need this to pass. Can I bribe the foragers enough to make this doable? I probably do want to pass that, so we will propose that we build another one of those buildings. Well, pass. I want to build another one of those, so we'll propose that we build another one of those buildings.
The delegates have spoken.
Okay, we have temporarily, and it is really only temporarily,
People
got
of the
positive heat, because when the storm arrives, we will not have positive heat. What I want next is geothermal plants. Probably unfiltered geothermal plants if I can do it.
Steward.
You hear us, Steward? Steward?
Steward.
Steward?
I already have a promise out for you. which means I'm not going to wait for them to want to research it. I'm going to have to save up the heat stamps anyway. Okay, I need to save the heat stamps anyway. Uh, 150 didn't, or 100 didn't quite get there yet. Get the heat stamps. Start the research. Here is the Whiteout. Weeks. We do not have the Whiteout's 60 weeks by the looks of it. Oof. Okay. We might not survive the Whiteout perfectly intact. You're a bunch of heat we don't have, so we'll turn you down. Same there. Make as much heat as we can there. Overdrive is running. And when that's done, that's done. If we hit the 180 from the salvaging plant, we should take it.
Steward. Steward.
Thank you for your heat stamps. Actually, right now we're getting enough goods. Okay, I don't need more goods. Yep, we got 140 weeks worth of goods. That's fine there. So that means we can tune you down. Got enough goods. 40 weeks of food and 60 weeks of time, but well, actually, the solution to that is, well, it might not be a solution. But we can delay that can by as much as we can by building a upgraded food supply. We get you for your neighbor bonus. That's built. Waiting for that. Places where we're getting heating hubs, where the heating hubs will affect a good number of buildings. That affects 3 buildings. Buildings might be enough. That's a 2 building as well. I know you're a 2 building. One short of a 2 building, or of a 3 building. Still a 2 building, which isn't bad. There would be the, nope. That side would be the 2 building. 2 location. We're not using both those locations. We turned you off because we don't have the heat for you. We are going to have to keep the hot places working anyway, so we'll do that one as well. That's about solved the food problem. Let's see if we can solve the heating problem. It's overlapping with multiple tooltips and it's tweaking out because of it. It's the Z-level fighter. Z-level fighting.
An extreme wind burst is incoming. Shelter in place.
Okay, we're about as good as we're gonna get. Back down to minus 400. And we're at severe tension due to multiple cold and severe disease. Make it a little bit worse. Keep food production under control, so that's the food under control. Okay, so can I... Well, I suppose I can always try. Rush the researchers. Finish the next research, we can start placing all the steam vent problems to try to solve the heating requirements. This means we have to suffer for 6 weeks. Why the tensions are high.
The delegates
Nope,
have
law fails.
spoken. The
Almost got
law
it without
is
having to give anything for it.
tabled.
At some point I will need more space for housing as well as stuff. So let's start doing some frost breaking while we're thinking about it. Or while I'm thinking about it. So we got spare heat stamps right now. Oh, that's our spare workforce. Is notable. Disease is real bad. take it from the place making the fuel that's keeping everyone warm, please? The generator is in overdrive, right? Yes. Even worse if the overdrive wasn't running. Oops. And that'll provide a little bit more warming from the next steam one coming up. Should hopefully should have the heat stamps to start stamping out these steam sources. Oh, those are real expensive. 250 heat stamps. Yowzer. Think that far ahead.
Steward. Steward.
Happiest factions.
Steward!
Some heat stamps? Yes. I think I've already asked you for heat stamps, yes.
Steward.
Steward!
Alright, we got a good material stockpile, so... Yeah, well, let's actually try to nick from food. We nick another 200 or so. Yeah. That hopefully will solve the fuel problem, the heat problem.
Steward.
Do you hear us, Steward?
Hospitals are curing people. Okay, so we now have surplus fuel. Food will last for 37 weeks. That's probably not long enough, but... it's at least long enough for us to give us some thinking space. Gold is diminished back down to minor. Disease, it's diminishing back off of catastrophic. Ticks, and I'll go ahead and attempt to get that salvaging factory in. 180 heat stamps for that. Delegates in session. Vote an expedition thing. It's gonna pass, so I'm not gonna tell them no. Every once in a while, you gotta let the agendas pass if you don't have agendas, otherwise they'll get angry at you for opposing them.
Are you listening?
Steward! Steward!
Hear us. Steward!
Steward! Do you hear us, Steward?
Oh, the fuel colony is also having problems. What's happening over there? Apparently it's also getting hit with the whiteout. Whiteout has rolled over it as well. Well, I'm fundamentally incapable of helping you, so back to the main city, and I'm gonna pretend you're not a problem for the moment. Generator is at highly dangerous levels. Okay. And now we're not warm enough again. Okay, we fixed the problem only for the problem to break itself again, as it tends to do. Well, to continue to fix the problem, I need more workers. So what I could do is I could try to put another unfiltered geothermal vent on someplace. I need 250 heat stamps for that. So looking at the time, I'm going to run this as a long episode. I'm going to run this episode until we survive the whiteout. And then we'll pick up in the next stream, in the next part in YouTube, in the post-whiteout situation. I believe the city will survive, but the city is probably going to take some damage going through the remainder of this whiteout. People don't like freezing. We just ran out of resources because I've been having those turned down for too long, for too much for too long.
Steward!
Steward! Steward!
You know, another 12 weeks, we're going to list more guardsmen. The neighbor bonus, you might actually... No, even if you're on, you're consuming heat. Okay.
You hear us, Steward?
I have 75 weeks. Okay, well the city will survive that because the city will calm down the moment we get out of the horrible whiteout. You know, we have squalor being caused by these being basically off, so let's just turn these the rest of the way off. Get as much heat as we can. And we're gleamed from there to there. You're off. Don't. Oh, we can just go ahead and turn you off. Okay. Not enough to turn either you up. Is enough to turn you up. Okay. People will be cold, but we will at least try to feed them some before the whiteout falls away.
Steward!
What about us? Steward! Steward!
Do you hear us, Steward? Steward!
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 How did I avert the tension? I did somehow. Got the bombs under control apparently. Just barely.
Steward!
Do you hear us, Steward?
Steward!
Steward! Steward!
What happened to the good... Oh, you... For whatever reason, you turned those off. Okay. Well, if you're giving up on those, let's try to keep the food going. Long enough to make it through the remainder of the whiteout. So 11 weeks, that won't be enough, but better than giving up entirely. These are off. We have you running, yes. Housing is running as best as it can. Med extraction just seems running as best as it can. If we get 250 more, we can increase the capacity production of this one.
Steward!
Do you hear us, Steward?
Hear us, Steward!
Steward!
We'll give them a vote if it calms them down a little.
The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
Steward!
Do you hear us?
Negotiations and guided sessions will be blocked during granted sessions. Yeah, if I don't want you to pass it, I would have just not... Yeah, that's fine. I'm granting you a session, I'm not going to swing the vote. Okay, food's about to run out.
Steward!
Must raise trust, yes, so we need to raise trust as well.
Steward!
Steward! Steward! Steward! Steward!
We are calling you, Steward!
Let's try to make it through what's left of the storm.
Following the latest violence, red scarf and blue headband are now considered gang paraphernalia.
mission has been added to the list of things we need to fix within a certain period of time. Hopefully the storm ending will let us fix all these. Okay, this is where I promised the YouTube video will end. I am on the edge of my seats, so I'm actually going to continue the recording session long enough to try to get these under control. So I will record one more episode today and see if I can get it back under control. So if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to look forward to the episode tomorrow, because it may be the very last episode of this series. And if it is, well, it depends on how long that episode is. If it's really short, I'll just append it to the end of this one. You'll get a really long episode. So catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.